welcome to another Mongrel Dog production, and welcome to the Mitchell Falls. This 6-week four-wheel drive adventure is all about seeing some of the most spectacular country in Western Australia, in particular the Kimberley region of WA. Grab your gear, let's go. Well, morning of day, what is it? Morning of day 17. We've had a couple of the wives and girlfriends fly in, and another vehicle has joined us from Perth. He moved up independently, so now we're up to 8 cars from today, and this should be the highlight of this trip, experiencing the Kimberley up here in the far north of Western Australia.
Just get your pudding right. Oh, it's not concept. Hang on. Oh, let's see how far. I know, that's why I don't know what is that.
Well, we're just exiting Tunnel Creek. Unfortunately, because of heavy rain earlier this year, there's an area where you've got to swim through one of the ponds, and we're not set up for that. Well, we're currently in Kununurra. We're here for about 36 hours. A couple of days ago, the antenna, the two-way radio antenna, just snapped at the base while doing some corrugations. Thankfully, I've been able to contact the bloke locally, and even though everybody's busy, he's agreed to have a look at it and hopefully repair it. So that's where I'm on my way now. I've I've had the aerial replaced. The aerial wasn't the cheapest one there, and I'm going to sound like Russell Coit when I say this, but when you're in the outback, cop the hurt, pay the extra money, that way you've got reliability.
What's that? Oh, I really appreciate that very much.
Just at Lake Argyle, or the Ord River Dam. We're just having a look. It's a huge expanse of water, and certainly an engineering feat back in the day. 1969 work commenced. Alright, day 22. We're currently at El Crestro on Gibb River Road. We're just about to do the Emma Gorge Walk. It's supposed to be one of the most spectacular walks within the Kimberley region of Western Australia. So let's go and have a look, eh? Well, Jackie and I are taking another short walk, this time only 600 metres return, this time to Zebedee Falls, which is a natural thermal spring.
Do you want a drink? Yeah.
realised the problem. You've got guys here in a hired vehicle, they're out here, they got all the gear but no idea. They've got a flat and really are just struggling to change it. So we'll all chip in and get them going again, I guess.
Go in the back plate. You'll need the longer. You haven't let your tyres down either, right?
It's only flat and then one.
All he's doing, he's going to ream the hole, all right, to make it large enough for a plug to fit. Yeah.
This one here. Yeah,
And if need be, use more than one plug.
just get it in there.
Like I say, all you're trying to do is ream it enough.
Yeah.
Rock it up. Right, set the plug up. One of those on one of those.
Yep.
And the theory is push it in, not all the way through.
Yep.
Push it in. I pity this prick, all these experts. We've swapped the tyre out, we found the hole, and we've plugged it for him. The guy's got only one spare, not really any tools. Yeah. Anyway, he'll be back on his road, and that spare will be as good as new, I reckon. You see some weird shit when you're on the road. Are you having
What would you like me to do?
no, you just be you, all right?
Crazy,
Just be
don't
you.
make me fall off though. That's the main thing.
Just be you.
Okay, and you enjoy your trip.
And you. Well, this is an interesting scenario. We're at Mitchell Falls National Park, middle of nowhere, typically. And overnight Richard has become crook, twisted bowel or something. It's not the first time apparently, so he knows the symptoms. But anyway, I think they're going to fly the bloke out, care of the Royal Flying Doctor Service. But of course now we've got the problem of what to do with his car and the like. So yeah, watch this space. Alright, so what are we going to do? We've got your key, I believe. Alright, well he's conscious and coherent. Well, they're a bit high. Morphine will do that to you. They're going to fly him out at 8:30, probably to Broome. We've got access to his car, we've got his key, so we'll try and get the car back to Broome as well, and then, I don't know, dump it there. Well, today's been great. Jackie and I have spent today just exploring the Mitchell Falls National Park. It only took us 6 minutes to fly in, but it's taken us about 2 hours to walk out. Absolutely stunning. Every time you turn a corner there's another waterfall or a natural lagoon or rainforest, and even in fact some Aboriginal art sites. Well, just investigating some art, Aboriginal art, and clearly this was a sacred burial site, I guess. I was not expecting that. Well, we're coming to the end of this part of the trip, and that is the Kimberley region of WA. We're sort of heading towards Broome today, and a couple of the ladies fly out tomorrow to return to Perth, and then we'll continue to the next part of this, which is basically 2 weeks heading back to Perth. It's not been all without incident. Yesterday Greg had a couple of punctures, and John discovered that he's broken a shock absorber mount on his Hilux. I'm not quite sure how we're going to address that. The last 2 weeks have been pretty spectacular. Lots of great vistas, lots of great pools, waterfalls, but some of the going has been pretty tough too, trying to get access to these places. Some are difficult climbs. Well, it seems to be one thing after another at the moment. I think John's done a rear hub seal. There's that smell of gear oil plastered all over the left-hand rear wheel. There's also a clunk coming out of it now. We're about, I don't know, 40 kilometres from Derby, about 200 kilometres from Broome, so he's going to make some calls and we'll come up with a plan of attack. Can't tow it. We can't tow him to safety, not with a rear diff going like that. Well, a bit of a sad occasion. Camille and Jackie have returned to Perth. They flew back after completing the Gibb River Road part of this particular trip. I've just seen our numbers keep fluctuating, keep changing every day. We've just seen Richard. He's still here at the Broome Hospital. They haven't quite figured out what's going on with his bowel, and he may be medevaced back to Perth by the Royal Flying Doctor Service. His car's going to be left here in storage somewhere for him to sort out later on. So yeah, from today we end up with 5 cars to do the next 2 weeks, which is pretty much returning to Perth. Well, last night was pretty horrible. It started raining pretty much as soon as we pulled up in the afternoon, and it pissed down until about midnight. Well, we find ourselves in a bit of a pickle. We were hoping to go to a place called Desert Queen Baths. It's a gravel road, it's all unsealed getting there, and that road's been closed at the moment because of the heavy rain a couple of nights ago.